Hey y'all, I'm back in the garage working on the GTI, and here's why. I was driving down the road and there was a truck in front of me, and it was in a construction zone, and the truck drives right over this big boulder. It was probably 6 inches round, just appears out from underneath his truck, and I've got nowhere to go, so I ended up just driving right over it and hit underneath the car, and it was just a big boom, and the whole car kind of jolted up, and I heard the rock break and just all kinds of rocks and noise coming out from underneath the car. So I jacked it up to look underneath it to make sure everything was okay. So in that process, I ended up finding a lot of other things that I kind of already suspected that might be a problem. So we're just going to go over all of those things that I'm going to be replacing on it. So luckily, the rock came right through here, and it didn't hit anything, transmission or oil pan, which I thought it did, but it came right through here, and it hit right there. You can see big old dent in the cross member there. So that's where it hit. And then it broke up into a bunch of pieces and hit the downpipe and hit that other cross member piece back there. I've already bent it back into place. So I'm not too sure about this piece, but when I was under there looking at where the rock was bouncing around underneath the car, I found that this was loose, and I'm not sure if the rock came by and just kind of pulled these out and ripped them when it hit the downpipe or what, but either way, I've ordered a new one, and I'm going to put it back together. It could have already been like that and just worn out, and I just never noticed. So anyways, got a new one. So I got the new downpipe mounting bracket pushed into these, I don't know, rubber grommets. Yeah, it looks good as new. I'll go ahead and get that installed now. Here we got it all buttoned up, and it looks good. Downpipe is nice and secured. You can see right here the rock passed through. Took a chunk out of that too. And bounced its way to the back. So, and when I would drive it and I'd park it, since I park in the garage, sometimes I can smell something. It smells like, well, apparently it was radiator fluid. And this is the back side of it. The front, there's a big old spot there where it was leaking pretty good right there and collecting a lot of bugs and stuff sticking to it. And then on this side, it's almost just as bad. So that's what I was smelling. Just a leaky radiator. So anyways, got a new one, and I just bought a cheap one, so we'll see how well it works. Here's the new UAC radiator, and it actually looks like it's pretty good quality. So we'll get that installed and put in some radiator fluid and see if it doesn't leak. And then I guess the next test would be to see how long it lasts if it doesn't leak. Another thing that I noticed about the GTI before I took it apart is that when the AC was running, I would get really bad vibration, like the whole car would vibrate. So I looked at the fans, and I found this one. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's pretty off balance. Yeah, you can kind of see it. And it doesn't spin very well. That may be normal, but I assume it's probably not a very good motor. But I found these cracks in the fan. See, there's one here, and then there's also another one on the other side. So just the fan was bad. It still spins, still works, but just the vibration was pretty bad. You never know what else that can cause. A vibrating motor would possibly destroy the fan, or something flies off and hurts something else. So I ended up just getting a new fan. Here's the whole assembly. So the fan that was cracked was the small one. You might be able to tell because this is a single connector that plugs into the main connector. Over here goes down here to the big plug. And this one is just fine, so I didn't get a new one. Hopefully it doesn't crack like this one. Shame. And the next modification I'm doing is these charge pipes. This is the intake side, obviously, and it gets rid of this funky tube. I've done these before on another car, and you could definitely tell a difference. I don't know if it was horsepower increase or change in the power band, but I liked it. I thought it felt nice, so I decided I'm going to put them on the GTI too. So we'll see how much better it feels on the GTI, since it's stage 3 currently. Alright, I just got the new charge pipe installed, and it went way better than I thought it would. Everything lined up really well, and it tightened down perfectly. Really couldn't have gone any better. And some of these, you can't really tighten them down with that bracket underneath. It's right here. And but this one actually lined up, surprisingly, and it was the perfect distance to put the original rubber grommet and the screw through there. So I'll show you. See that? The bracket right there. Well, that's the one that doesn't line up a lot of the time. So I was pretty happy that that lined up, so I can make sure that that's secured. Everything lined up and tightened up perfectly. So we'll have to see how well the turbo side fits. That one might be a pain. Guess we'll find out. Another cool thing about the intake charge piping is that it gets rid of that air silencer tube that just kind of gets in the way more than anything. And then it plugs in right there. So I guess I haven't taken it apart further, but supposedly there's a connector on it, and if you unplug that, you get a check engine light. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and not have that silly little pipe going down to the inlet charge pipe. Alright, I got the turbo outlet pipe put in. It was a little bit tricky, but overall it's not so bad.
Actually, it fit pretty well. So you can see the hole up there at the top right. And then this one, that's the only one I have that has a rubber grommet in it. So I figured one's probably okay. But you can see this one lines up too. Of course, you can move it to align it better. But I only have one, so I'm just going to go with that. That's the way it was when I took it apart, because there was only one rubber grommet. I guess the other one got old, probably deteriorated and fell out. But it's pretty secure with just one, and all of these silicone couplings tightened down. So yeah, overall this brand here was super cheap. It was the cheapest I could find, and it fit really, really well. So I highly recommend, if you want to be cheap like me, get Kyostar piping, charge piping for your GTI. It fits pretty well. I bought a different brand one time, and nothing fit right. So I was really surprised that this one fit as good as it did. And overall, I'm happy with it.
Okay, I've driven the GTI a couple of probably months now since finishing all of the repairs, and everything's been going good, surprisingly. The radiator isn't leaking. The fan is balanced again, so when the AC is on, I don't get all that wobbling that it used to do. Exhaust seems to be nice and stable again. There's a lot of things that I feel like have changed now since putting all the new parts in. It just feels like more of a solid car, like it's been repaired. So anyways, I'll have a link to everything I ordered in the description if you want to order any of that stuff. Some of it's cheap. You may want to order the OEM stuff, or you can be like me, be cheap. Seems to be working out okay. The radiator's holding up. That was the main thing I was concerned with. But yeah, everything else, the charge pipes, those are holding up really well, so I'm happy with those. And yeah, everything else is going well on it. So far, so good. Anyways, hope you like this video. Hope it's helpful to you. See ya.